Assalamualaikum everyone. Here I am today going to be the first representative of Group 4 to present about machine learning. Moving on, I would like to introduce our group members, which consists of three people. First, me, Insyirah, secondly, Auni, and thirdly, Nasuha. Moving on, give you a gist about the flow. How are we going to present our presentation? Firstly, is about the definition of machine learning and how does machine learning work and what is the types of machine learning. So let's move on to our first agenda, which is the definition of machine learning. You may be wondering, what is machine learning actually? Machine learning is a branch of AI focused on building computer systems that learn from data. I could simplify it for you that machine learning means that kind of acts like human, similar to human because human could improve by their trials and errors. Meanwhile, machine learning improve by doing their trials and errors too. So in a way, humans and machine learning are similar in that perspective. Moving on. Now, you may be wondering, how does machine learning work, right? So, there are 8 prominent steps for machine learning, which consists of data collection, data preprocessing, choosing a model, training the model, validation and testing, tuning and optimization, making predictions, and model deployment. I'm going to emphasize on model because model consists of the types of machine learning that we are going to explain after. So these are our main steps for machine learning. That's all for me. Moving on to Nasuha.
Okay, so the first one is supervised learning. Supervised learning is a type of machine learning where an algorithm learns from labeled training data to make predictions or decisions. In this approach, each input data is paired with the correct output label and the model uses this information to learn patterns. Okay, now there are many types of supervised learning problems, but in this presentation, I just include two of them, which is classification and regression. Point is semi-supervised learning. Okay, now for semi-supervised learning. Semi-supervised learning is a machine learning technique that falls between supervised learning, where all the data is labeled, and unsupervised learning, where none of the data is labeled. Okay, next, why use semi-supervised learning? Just like the previous one, there are many reasons why we use semi-supervised learning, but I just include two of them. The first one is cost efficiency. Labeling large data sets manually can be costly and labor intensive, especially in fields like medical imaging or natural language processing. Okay, so the second one is improved performance. Semi-supervised learning often results in better model performance compared to unsupervised learning because it has access to some level data that helps guide the learning process.
Now I will move on to unsupervised learning. So what is unsupervised learning? Unsupervised learning is a type of machine learning technique that uses AI algorithms to identify patterns in datasets that are neither classified nor labeled. They don't need supervision or pre-existing categories, making them ideal for discovering patterns, groupings, and differences in unstructured data. Unsupervised learning is often focused on clustering. Clustering is the grouping of similar objects or data points while placing dissimilar objects in other clusters. So first type of clustering is exclusive clustering. It means that a data point can exist only in one cluster. The second one is overlapping clustering. This form of grouping data enables data points to belong to multiple clusters with different levels of membership. And the third one is probabilistic clustering. This form of grouping data points is based on the potential for them to belong to a specific distribution. Lastly, I will talk about reinforcement learning. So, reinforcement learning is a branch of machine learning focused on making decisions to maximize cumulative rewards in a given situation. Opposite to supervised learning, reinforcement learning involves learning through experiences. There are a few key concepts of reinforcement learning, which are agent, environment, state, action, and reward. If you want to understand it better, you can refer to the slide. How does reinforcement learning works? So reinforcement learning operates on the principle of learning optimal behavior through trial and error. The agent takes actions within the environment, receives rewards or penalties, and adjusts its behavior to maximize the cumulative reward. This learning process is characterized by the following elements, which is policy, reward function, value function, and model of the environment. That concludes our presentation about machine learning. Thank you.